Yes.
What is like the reason that our Islamic countries don't even tell us
Right.
or never hear anything about Janakli at all?
Yes, that's true. They never say. Because in reality, all Muslim countries, they don't make you to remember your Islamic history. They only make you to remember the Islam in that country after they gained independence. Okay? They don't go beyond that. Correct? You may have religious people talking about Islam in that country, trying to put things together, but they never go beyond the time that they gain independence, beyond the time that they gain independence from the Khilafat and from the colonialists. They never go going back, because Shaitan says, don't go back. Once you go back, you're going to understand there was a Khilafat and there was an Ummah. And where were we when we had a Khilafat, we had an Ummah? Where are we now when there's no Khilafat and there's no Ummah? We only have nationalism. Where are we? We're just pointing our guns to each other. We're only fighting with each other and killing each other. Correct? They don't want to teach you. Anything Muslim? Just from the Prophet ﷺ, Sahaba Kiram, Khulafa Rashidin, finished. Finish. This is whole period of over 1,000 years that they just erase from our mind, or they don't teach. You understand? You have a father, you have a grandfather, you have a great-grandfather, you have a great-great-grandfather. You have problems right now. If you have a problem right now on how, for example, how to raise a child or how to take care of a house, who are you going to turn to for help first? You're going to go asking your great-great-great-grandfather? Or are you just going to ask your father? Okay, maybe your father doesn't have all the answers. Your grandfather is there. You're going to ask from your grandfather. Correct. This is logic. This is common sense. Muslims finish with logic and common sense. They're saying, don't ask what your father or your grandfather did. Ask all the way 1,400 years back, that we are going to tell you what happened 1,400 years back. Don't ask your father what happened 1,400 years back. Don't ask your grandfather what happened 1,400. We are going to tell you. Who are these people? Naked and barefooted Bedouins, racing with each other to build tall buildings, cutting holes in the mountains, fulfilling all the prophecies of the Ahir Zaman and the coming of Dajjal and the coming of Mahdi alayhi salam that the Prophet alayhi salam said. These are the ones. Yeah, and be careful of those ones that their words are like honey and they wear the soft skin of sheep. You don't like this? This is what Prophet said. Be careful from them. Men of religion, with words sweet as honey, and they're wearing clothes soft as the sheep's skin, meaning they look so pure, so innocent, but they have the hearts of wolves. Yeah, that's why we wear the wolf. And we speak rough. Yes. And this is exactly what Sultan al-Awliya told Shah Effendi to do. I have to do that one day. I'm not ready. But what did he say? Take the wolf. Take the wolf skin, wolf's head, and go and walk. So, we don't know. Now we know. So now I am responsible. Can anyone say in this age of internet that we don't know anything? Can we? It's because we don't want to know. You cannot say, I didn't know. especially people, of course, living here. I'm addressing firstly people living in America, people living in countries like this, later to others. So, shukr alhamdulillah. You didn't know. I didn't know. Majority of the people, you didn't know. If you're Turkish, you know. If you're Turkish but you are not into Islam, it became something else. It became nationalism too. It has nothing to do with Islam. It is not nationalism. Although majority of the soldiers, yes, they were Turks. Some Kurdish people, some Bosnian people, some people from the Balkans, some people here and there. Arabs. Majority of them, they were Turks. But they were not fighting for nationalism. So, those who know most know wrongly. Very few can put things together. Alhamdulillah, we have a great sheikh that he has experienced, like Chanakala, in his life. He's not talking like you and me. He has experienced it. From a young age, for the sake of Allah and Islam. He was a Ghazi. And now he is a Shaheed. You understand? And I remember one story, he said that he met a very old man. He was a Ghazi from the war of Chanakala. He was still alive. Do you remember that story? Very old man, he said. And he saw Shah Effendi. And he said, take this from me. And he gave like a medal that he had gained. And he gave it to Shah Effendi. And he said, you can carry this, my son. All the rest they cannot. Now we consider you to be one of us. So he got that title too. So many miracles happen at Chanakala. All these things are also open. This is not occult spiritual knowledge. This is all out there. Then let me ask you, now it's a wash-up time. You're coming here for Chanakala. How many of you actually did some research about Chanakala? How many of you actually went on the internet, if there's nothing else, to look up and to understand and to look, at least to look at them, their pictures, and to see, oh, look at them. They have whole battalions of people who are from tariqat, you understand? Whole dervish battalions going. Oh, no, Sufis are peace-loving, no politics, nothing. No right, no wrong. What were they doing? They have whole battalions of people in tariqat, and they have nothing, no weapons. They were carrying their tasbih. So many saints were in there. Our grand sheikh was there. They fought. So, our sheikh is making us to understand. We cannot thank him enough for that. If you didn't know before, now you know. Make yourself to be prepared, inshallah. You're asking me how to mimic, how to be like them a little bit. At least get to know them. Understand? Maybe one day I'm going to sit down. I'm not going to give any sohbat at Chanakala. I'm going to say, what do you have to say? What did you find out? What did you see? And everyone is just going to share. They are our brothers. We cannot call them. May we be dust under their feet. Al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This much is enough, inshallah. Before you get too upset with me. Doesn't matter, get upset or you don't get upset. My job is to say. Doesn't matter if you accept me or you don't accept me. My job is to say. Because I'm not doing this to please you. None of you. I'm only looking to my Shaykh to see whether he's pleased or not. And I never say to myself, oh, he's pleased with you. No. I always say, even if I'm doing something okay, that you could do it better. And I check myself. May Allah forgive me, inshallah. Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.